I have been talking a lot about parasites and so many levels to this stuff. Anything I talk about, there's levels. Basic level of thinking about parasites would be thinking about a leech, a tick, a flea. You can find parasites in the ocean, on the land, even in outer space. So that's why we're in this situation now. Things have invaded this earth that does not need to be here, that is not a part of a healthy ecosystem. So it is our responsibility, because the domain that God gave us over this earth is the domain to protect, to nurture, to love and care for it, not to dominate it in a perverted sense of just fucking wicked control and draining it dry. And that's what parasites do. And so a parasite is something that literally needs a host to live. It does not give anything back. And so we think about that. That's a basic level. A leech will attach to you. And if it is able to, before it dies, it will literally suck all your blood. Not only does it attach to you, it can also literally give you illnesses like bacteria and germs and diseases. That's why Bill Gates be playing with them mosquitoes and shit. Because that's an easy way to spread disease and viruses, and to control populations. So literally, when we think about parasites, it's really surface level, which is, to me, surface level is us thinking physically, outwardly facing. When I think about parasites, it get real deep for me. So you can go from that. Then you got parasites inside your body. So my body has a lot of parasites. And I'm just beginning to really dig deep into that. But you have parasitic worms, parasitic viruses. I've openly talked about being diagnosed with HSV2. That is a parasite. It's literally laying dormant in my motherfucking spine. And my spine literally is the source of my brain, my spinal fluid. That literally is a connector to my brain, my stem. And so that literally means there's an invader in my body that literally has access to my fucking operating system, to my processing system. And so we don't think about these things like that because they don't teach us. They don't teach us the proper way to visualize this earth, mostly because they don't even let us have the fucking imagination. The moment you have the imagination outside of what they actually teach you in school, they will call you slow, dumb, or that's crazy, that's outlandish, that's not accurate, it doesn't go with science. But then when you look at who the scientists were the same motherfuckers that was literally eating my motherfucking family members. So literally, yeah, I'm good. My ancestors were scientists too. They literally observed everything on this planet, with the way and the means to not control or manipulate results. Just seeing how things actually worked. So that's a true scientist, an observer. An observer who don't try to change the results to fit their own narrative. You're just factually observing things. So, saying that, you can have parasites in the body. They'll tell you you can't cure certain things. That's a lie. Everything that we need is grown naturally on this planet. And it doesn't benefit them if they give you the cures. If they cured the things, you got to think about it. The advancement in our medicine, our technology, they have cures. It just doesn't benefit them. It doesn't benefit them to aid you in where you don't have to keep coming back, a revolving door. So they pretend to not have cures. They indoctrinate their doctors to think as if there are no cures, all that shit. If it's not FDA approved in America, Americans are gonna try to deny its validity. But it's like that on purpose. So there's cures for these things. But you have parasites in your body. You also have parasitic waves. So parasitic waves is basically you goddamn sweat bees. So parasitic waves is a person. It can be emotionally parasitic. They can be physically parasitic, spiritually parasitic. So you can literally see parasites in so many ways. But the truth of the matter about a parasite is, if you figure out a way where it can no longer attach to you, or if it does attach to you, that you create such a hostile environment for it that it can't survive, it will die. So contrary to what we've been taught, literally, you can get rid of these things physically, mentally, spiritually, on all realms of existence. You can. And we here to clean up this place. And it starts with you cleaning up your own act. Hey, buddies. Hey, it's hot today. Y'all gotta be safe out there. All right, so it starts with you cleaning up your own world first. Once you clean up your own world, you will be able to see, hear, feel, and operate out of your core processing way better. You have to push through. I know this one thing with me. I just kept craving all these sugars and these sweets, and I didn't grow up until my stepdad came in the picture with sweets. The sweets that I had were fruits. I've said in other videos, I can remember the first time I tried soda. It wasn't with him, but that's how much we didn't have sweets in the house. We did have Kool-Aid and lemonade and water. Water was our main source of drinking. Kool-Aid and lemonade was like a thing, you know, she would do every once in a while, or we could have something like that for dinner. But it was water, milk. We didn't really like milk in our house like that unless we was eating syrup. So, and there's other ways to get calcium than drinking fucking cow pus. And yes, I do drink cow pus, but I still know what it is. I'm getting there, baby steps. And so the way that we get parasites is how we feed ourselves. So I talked to you about physical parasites. So common sense, eating raw meat, eating pork. Pork is a big one. If you like to partake in chitlins, yes, we can clean chitlins out all day long. But you're eating certain bacteria and things that are harmful to you. Doesn't just have to be worms. It can be viruses and bacteria. So it doesn't have to just be a multi-organism. It can be a single cell organism that literally is messing with you. I look at viruses as zombies. Viruses are like zombies. They are literally not even living on their own. On their own, they're not even living. They can't even reproduce without you. And it goes down to the physical things, but if you can see it, you can think of it like, until it attaches to your receptor, it cannot even function as a living thing. It's just aimlessly being guided until, I guess, like it gets to a host. So those things attaching are so whether it can attach or not is based on whether it will live or not, thrive or not, survive. But one of the things I noticed about my body is that I was craving all these things. I would have things just telling me, you know, the worst of things in my head space. Even when I would try to get active and move around, you know, it was just like having a 1,000,000-pound weight on yourself. And a lot of times your body is being hijacked. Your body is being hijacked, and it is literally wanting you to feed it. Feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. And it wants you to feed it things that's literally not good for you. But it thrives off of that. So you have to starve it out. Like I tell you how, you know, no longer participate in an abusive relationship. That's an abusive relationship. You have to begin to starve it out, not give it what it wants. If you start to experience pain, literally, you're just going to have to sit through that uncomfortable pain. You're going to have to go without it. You're going to have to separate yourself from it and let that shit die the fuck off. Because without you, it will not live. So I noticed that being more active in my body, and it doesn't have to be taking a walk. Baby, I be in that room getting down on that floor and doing exercises, standing up, doing exercises. Shit, 30 minutes a day has changed so many things tremendously. It's just like it clicked. It was like one day I woke up and it clicked. And I'm sure it was a process for me to get here, because for years I've been trying to get back active into my body. And it just like kind of clicked, like how when I quit smoking cigarettes, it just clicked. But before it clicked, I had been praying for years, you know, that I wanted to quit smoking cigarettes. So just trust your process. First is being aware that there's a problem. Second is figuring out what the fuck the problem actually is. Third is addressing the problem. And I call that application. So there's like awareness, application. Once you get into the application phase, the action phase, which we are in the age of Aquarius, which is fucking application. It is what you're going to do with what you know. What are you going to do with that information? How are you going to use it to your best benefit? The same way they have taken ancient knowledge, ancient fucking knowledge, and perverted it. How will you take this restored ancient knowledge and spread it? How will you use it? How will you reach the masses? How will you reach those who need it? Because at this point, I'm like, fuck the masses. The masses is why we're here. The masses has reproduced so fucking much. It's like cancer to the earth. There's so many people who are carbon copies, just following the script of our invaders and our captors. And literally, that's how I see these parasitic organisms, as invaders to this earth, to our bodies. We don't think about it as above, so below. So it's all as within, so without. Is like all ends and realms of existence. We have invaders. What do you do to invaders? Do you talk to them peacefully? Do you compromise with invaders? Or do you fucking kill them? Do you slaughter them? Do you starve them out? We don't be fucking friends with invaders. But we've been brainwashed to do that. We've been brainwashed for that shit. So literally, I would just say, keep trusting your process. I've been on so many ends of the spectrum of processing and working through my journey. And I still ain't seen nothing yet. I still keep going. Still stay faithful to my calling. If anything requires me to stop my calling, then I just know that it ain't for me and that it is actually a threat. It is actually a threat. Because my calling was to fucking speak the truth. And in order to speak the truth after years of living a lie, you just gotta fucking talk. Whatever the fuck come out is whatever the fuck come out. But you just gotta talk, and clarity will come. Clarity will come. But I also had other callers too that I didn't talk about. So But I'm gonna keep walking. It's hot as bitch today. I'm sure it'll be hotter this summer. That's a beautiful thing about not being an invader on this planet. The sun literally is your friend. It nourishes you. That's the same. It gives plants light codes. It gives us light codes. It also heals us. So it is healing properties and coming outside, being with the earth and all the elements of the earth. We are made from all the elements. So literally embrace it. Take advantage of it. And don't let these people fuck your planet up. So what might seem like a crazy girl to some, I know those who get it. And those who don't won't make it anyway. So, and yes, if this isn't clear, people can be parasitic. You gotta know who you're dealing with. Are they symbiotic or are they parasitic? So, it's levels to the shit. Never forget it.